This is the all-new Cadillac Escalade IQ. It's their full-size, all-electric SUV, and man, I gotta say, this is the most extreme, the longest range, most powerful EV that we've ever tested, and it's the most dangerous because my wife Cynthia was able to drive this for a few days, and unfortunately, or fortunately for her, she likes it, and she likes it a lot.
Not giving this one back for sure. I love it too much.
We have to bring it back. That makes it very, very dangerous. But check this out. It even has power doors. How cool is that? Let's get started. The Escalade IQ definitely differs from the regular Escalade by quite a bit. They just didn't electrify the regular gas version. This is built off of the Ultium EV platform. So if you're familiar with the Sierra, the Silverado, or the Hummer EV, it's running on that same platform. It's shaped differently as well. As you can see, it's not as boxy as the regular Escalade. Why? Well, because this is definitely more aerodynamic. It's the most aerodynamic full-size SUV in Cadillac's lineup, and I definitely think it has more of a large, kind of a wagon crossover look than a boxy Escalade, and it's big. So the wheelbase has been stretched 16 inches, and the entire length of the vehicle is 13 inches longer than the regular Escalade. So yeah, do the math. That's like that much longer. Up front, you definitely get the Cadillac DNA with the grille, except this one is solid. You don't need as much airflow, but you have those synonymous vertical stacking LEDs. And just like its other EV siblings, like the Lyriq, this has an incredible startup animation, and at nighttime, as you can see in these shots, yeah, it is spectacular. I love the orange or the amber on the sides and how the LEDs stack on top of each other during the sequence, the badge lighting up, and even the motif on the side where it has that nice Cadillac, and yeah, it's something definitely special for sure. If you find yourself needing more space, well, Cadillac has the e-trunk. I can just hit the key fob button twice, up it comes. There's also a switch right underneath the solid grille right there. Open up, you get an additional 345 liters or 12 cubic feet of space. That's good enough for 2 full-size golf bags or a bunch of other groceries or whatever you want to throw in there, and luggage. You also have a 400-watt plug back there. And yeah, to close it, use the switch, use your key fob, or you could just even just pull it down and down it comes. Doesn't matter what trim you get, standard 24-inch wheels on the IQ. Running down the side are built-in running boards, which are very handy for getting in and out. And then we have the power doors, so check this out. I'm going to just squeeze it, and hey, it just opens that easily. If you want to close it, you can do it from inside, or you can just push it and it closes. Now, if you're curious, hey, what happens if there's something in the way? Watch this. I'm gonna stand right here, and when I open it, that's as far as it's gonna open because it actually has sensors built in. Now, if it's already in motion and you just jump in, hey, that's a different story. So let's see. And if I stop here, oh, there, it did hit me there, okay, because I stepped in. But if there is something right in its way, even if I go really low, let's try this out. And it sensed it right there. That's pretty cool. And this applies to all 4 doors, by the way. Once you actually get used to them, they're really, really handy. Actually, I really do like them. Okay, coming out to the back, as you can see, we got all the tinted windows. You can't even tell barely what's window, what's not, because it's all gloss black. That's a panel window, panel window. We have a power charging port on here. Now this has an 800-volt architecture, meaning it can charge up to 350 kilowatts. And you need that because this is a big battery. 205 kilowatt hour battery, but with big battery gives you big range. 460 miles or 740 kilometers for the full range on this. We have driven this now for 6 days and we have not charged it yet. If range anxiety is one of those things on your list, this is definitely going to cure it. You will not have range anxiety with this big EV, but it will take some time to charge if you're doing level 2 for sure. So yeah, but level 3, you can pump in 100 miles or 160 kilometers in just 10 minutes with that. The rear gets the synonymous vertical tail lamps as well. Now there is no hands-free opening on here, but there is the Cadillac emblem, and I have had my hands full, and it's just easy to even just use your elbow and just hit that, and up it comes. Just like that. It's coming up. Now be aware, the load-in height for some people may be actually a little bit on the high side depending on what you're putting in. It can actually be a positive as well, but right now I have a full-size 22-inch carry-on, as well as our Solgaard 28-inch check-in closet in here, just to give you an example of how much room is behind the third row. Underneath, there is a little bit of additional storage where we have our charger and our tire inflator. So yeah, lots of room. Of course, you can fold the rear seats down. It's nice and flat. And this 22-inch Solgaard closet can actually go vertically if I'd like, and I could fit another one here and still have room in front of there. So this is all behind the third row. So you could have 7 passengers and a decent amount of luggage. Plus, don't forget, you also have that e-trunk up front. When I say screen, you say screens. That's what you get in the new IQ. You get a lot of screens, starting from up front. A 55-inch OLED display going pillar to pillar. We have a display in the rearview mirror because we have a rearview mirror camera. We have a head-up display. We have a display in the middle console here, and we have 2 12.6-inch screens in the rear as well. So tons of screens, lots of technology. Starting from the front one here, hey, this is your driver's display, then you have your infotainment, and you have a passenger display as well. So what can you do with the passenger display? Well, you can display things like your trip information for the passenger to keep track, for instance, or if you have an HDMI device, whether it's a tablet or even a game system, you can hook that up to there. As of right now, I can actually get YouTube on the middle infotainment screen, so you can watch your favorite everyday reviews whenever you're on the go, not when you're driving though, but on the passenger and the rear passenger screens. You should be able to do the YouTube or even Amazon Prime, but at this time right now in Canada, you cannot yet. I think it has something to do with some licensing or something, but as long as you have something with HDMI hookup, you can hook that up. I believe in the US, you can get all of those other apps. So you just go into your Play Store and just download whatever app that you want. We also have a 360 camera. The system's fairly easy to use. It is a touch screen, as you see here, as we swipe through, or you do have your kind of a commander in the middle here with a home switch. We have a nice volume button. Now this middle screen here below on the middle console, this is to control things like your heating controls, or your heating controls also when we talked about, the power doors. You can open your charge port and also even go into your arrival mode, which we'll talk about when we get driving. But yeah, so lots and lots of screens, lots of technology as well. We have dual wireless charging. We have a large bin in the middle with extra USB-Cs back there. And comfort-wise, we got these beautiful leather seats, very comfortable, many adjustments, but they're heated, they're ventilated, and hit that button and we even have massaging as well, so you can get nice and comfortable there. This is also equipped with the 36 speaker AKG reference audio system, and it does sound good. I'm gonna say that it sounds really good. There are speakers everywhere, right above us, in front, in the A pillar, of course in the doors. I love how they made the grills look. They look very nice. This is what you really should expect from a Cadillac. You have luxury, you have comfort, you have technology. Cadillac's always been on the forefront of, their leading edge technology of the brand. Now there is a lot going on in this vehicle, believe me, seriously. It probably took me about 4 times what it normally takes me, my bearings of where everything is on here, but it was fun. It is fun, and once you get used to it, of course, you know where everything is, but there's a lot going on here. They've really stacked up the features. Now, the IQ is a 7-passenger vehicle, not an 8 like you get in the regular Escalade. So you do get captain's seats. And this is equipped with the executive package on this one, by the way. So we have 2 power recliners. Once again, I love the design. There's so much going on, but I don't think it's too busy for the design of the door panel. And here's some images. Seriously, I like, especially the pleating on the door handle. It just kind of almost gives me a more of like a nautical theme on here. On the outside, we mentioned these are very, very dark tinted windows, which is maybe the reason why there is no sunshade in the rear here, though. More speakers back here. These seats are heated, they're ventilated, and they have massage, and everything can be actually controlled right down here in your kind of your command screen here. So we have all of our heating controls. We can control the second and third row. If we want to go into our seat, we have our seat, let's say our ventilation, we can turn on right now. If we want to hit massage, we can do that. And we can change all of our positioning through the screen as well, just by tapping and then just moving. There we go. We can move it back and forth all the way back. So you can get lots of room in here. So it's very, very good for a car service. Now you have a lot of leg room here for sure. 2 phone chargers, 1 for each passenger, 2 12.6-inch screens. They are tiltable for better viewing. You can hook them with the wireless headphones that we don't have here. But once again, you have 2 HDMI inputs, so you can actually watch 2 separate things on either screen, or you can watch one thing and mirror it on the other. And once again, you could also watch the vehicle status. Yeah, this is pretty good. Now here's something even different. In the middle console here, you're gonna lift that up, push this, look at this, flip this up and pull it. I have myself a kind of like a first class airplane table here. So whether you're taking some notes or doing some work back here, or maybe sipping on your champagne and eating your caviar while you're sitting back here being chauffeured around, that's a nice touch. That is a nice touch, and that does come with the executive package right there. There is no refrigerator back here though, so that's a little bit disappointing. But yeah, a fridge would be nice. Okay, so now I'm in the back. I would actually have to hit that button to fold or bring back that second row seat. And it is adjusting however I want, as long as I hold the button. So if I want to come all the way back, it's gonna, like all the way back, and it's gonna kind of squish me. All right, so let's just make it so it's comfortable for myself. Okay, there we go. So room for 3 here. It's kind of flat seating, kind of what you would expect for a third row of a SUV, but for a full-size vehicle, it's adequate. I wouldn't say it's extremely roomy, but it is adequate. It's comfortable in here. I'd like to have a bigger window back here. That'd be nice. But we do have USB-C. We have drink holders and headroom. My head is not touching. I think the place to be for sure is the second row though, but yeah, that's pretty well it for the third row. Okay, so we're not gonna talk about what's under the hood because there is nothing under the hood right now. It's a storage area, remember? It's an e-trunk. This is an EV, but we have power, man. Holy crap, we have power. 680 horsepower coming from the electric motors. We already told you about the battery size of 205 kilowatt hours and also the range. So yeah, range anxiety non-existent with a vehicle like this. Guess what? We have a V button. Hit that V button. We see that symbol there. You walk on this thing now, it's like, it's insane for this size of vehicle. 9,000 plus pounds. Rocket you to 60 miles an hour in under 5 seconds. Yeah, even like the top of the line Escalade V does it in 4.6. So very, very similar to that type of performance other than this is electric. Now we are also, when I hammer it, I feel like we're almost like rising up because those wheels are growing so fast, growing so big because of the amount of torque. You ride up very high and the ride is super, super cushy because we have air suspension, which will lower the vehicle when you're getting in and out, as well when you're at speed. So Cynthia loved the ride of this. I don't mind it at all. It's cushy, it's comfortable. And it can firm up when if you want to do a little bit more spirited driving. You're not carving canyons in this, okay? You have people in the back usually, and you don't want to get them sick. But plenty of get up and go. You need to get up to speed off a freeway on-ramp, no problem. It just has oodles and oodles of horsepower and torque. Like for this size, I can't emphasize it more. And the feeling, it's not like neck snapping, it's just like big power, get you going quick. My daughter is not a fan of the air suspension though. She says it makes her feel like she's in an airplane, and I can see why, because you kind of float a little bit. And she's prone for motion sickness in planes. As well as some vehicles. So yeah, she wasn't a fan, but everyone else was a fan of this vehicle for sure. What else? Okay, maneuverability. This was a really surprising one. Thank goodness this thing has four-wheel steering. And it actually can turn fairly sharp, mainly because, hey, you can cut off about over 6 feet of your turning radius because of the rear wheels steering. And also at speed, they're actually turning in the same direction, so it makes this more maneuverable. Speaking of same direction, this is also equipped, we saw this on the Hummer EV, the crab walk in the Cadillac IQ, they call it the arrival mode, where when you activate it at lower speed, you can actually drive diagonally with this vehicle. Now, I didn't find any use for it. There must be. I tried it out, and it's weird. It just feels like you're driving on a sheet of ice and drifting, because as you can turn quite a bit, and you're not rotating the car, you're just going like this. It's very, very quiet and comfortable in here to cruise in. Now, speaking of cruise, hit this button. We have the green on the steering wheel. We are in Super Cruise. We've tested this several times on other General Motors products. Semi-autonomous system on mapped highways. Hey, I am completely hands-free, and I can go as long as it's all mapped, and unless there is some construction which has been notified to the unit. But yeah, I can just go for a long, long time, hands-free, enjoy my comfortable seats, hit that massage button, turn up the reference audio system on that AKG system, and just sit back. And yeah, and it's not just the driver that's going to enjoy it. It's almost all the passengers. Well, first 2 rows of passengers for sure in this IQ. I wouldn't mind being in that second row at all. And I think that this would be an amazing vehicle, for a car service vehicle for sure, because they're economical. Look at this, is auto lane changing. I'm not doing anything. This is changing lanes by itself because we're coming up on a slower vehicle. It found a spot and it changed lanes for me. So not only is it effortless, it's actually smart too. You can turn that on or off, by the way, the auto lane change. I kind of find it's cool. If I didn't want to, I could intervene and just stop it. But I'm not the only one that actually enjoyed this vehicle. Cynthia, my wife, drove it as well. Let's see what she has to say. What do you think?
Not giving this one back for sure. I love it too much.
Find maneuvering it because it's so big.
Very easy with all the assistant and all
the cameras and the four-wheel steering.
Yeah. Have not find a hard time to park this at all.
We have to bring it back.
We have bonded very well.
Yes, she enjoyed it, and no, this is not staying in our driveway. Not that I don't like it. There's just no way at this point that we could actually afford this, because the Escalade IQ, depending on what package that you get, that executive package adds on quite a bit of money as well. So, you're looking at $160,000+ for Escalade IQ. So definitely not pocket change, and my pockets aren't that deep for something like this at this point. Like always, if you enjoyed this video or any content on the channel, I have a lot of videos and not just automotive. We have tech, outdoor equipment, including robotic lawnmowers and snow blowers, and even travel, so something for everyone. I would really appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe button. It's completely free, and it allows me to continue creating more content like this for you. Hope to see you on the next video. Bye.